everyone to Storytime this morning with Alpacas with Maracas. Well, before we begin, I would really like to thank the Australian Library and Information Association for putting this event together, otherwise we wouldn't be here. And preparing for this event, I was thinking what a great opportunity it is to actually, grab a book, turn off the TV, and really immerse yourself into a book, because I think that I, and probably a lot of us, don't do it enough. And also, it's a great opportunity for educators to be reminded of the great impact books can have on children. So we are here live today at the Little Scientists head office in Sydney. We are a non-for-profit that promotes STEM inquiry and discovery with children across the country. So, but enough about Little Scientists, because I would really like to introduce my wonderful colleague Mary today.
Hi, Heike.
Actually going to be reading the book.
I am. I'm really excited about that.
I am super excited too.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I actually want to learn where the STEM in this book is, because I am not too sure that there is any. But we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Before Mary begins reading, please everyone, if you do have any comments or questions on Facebook, please go crazy. Comment, send us questions, and we'll be looking at them later. But before that, let's have a look at Alpacas with Maracas.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Heike. I'm so excited. Here it is, Alpacas with Maracas by Matt Cosgrove. Okay, and it starts with these lovely symbols here at the front and a little birdie flying past. Here we go. So, this guy is called Macca. He's an alpaca. We had an alpaca here just before. Hopefully he'll come back. He likes eating pickles and loves getting tickles. That guy is called Al. I'm pretty sure I just saw an owl. Some look just like Al. Yeah. He's Macca's best pal. He's an alpaca too, with a shaggy hairdo. Al has a big heart. Look how friendly he is with everybody. But isn't that smart? Geronimo, there he goes. He falls in the water. Oh dear. These buddies are tight, from morning till night, always looking for ways to brighten their days. Oh, talent show, enter now. Oh, let's give it a go, Al said with a grin. I bet we could win. Macca beamed back. All we need is an act. Yes. Okay, we're in. Okay, here we go. So most earnest and gallant, they searched for their talent. They tried strumming and drumming and crashing and thrashing, but the sound from the boys was a horrible noise. I'm not sure these mice like it too much. Oh dear. They tried dancing and prancing and blowing and throwing, but the cuddly duo were utterly so. Their magic was tragic. Their choir was dire. Their tumbling was bumbling. Their falling appalling. It's hopeless, Al hissed, and then shook his fist. Oh, I wonder if that reminded him of something. Macca stared at his pal. You're a genius, Al. We can't sing or play brother, but we can shake like no other. We don't need a big fracas. We just need Maracas! Oh, bit of interest from the audience there. On talent show day, they began to sashay. They shimmied, they grooved, they wiggled, they moved. Chicka chicka cha cha, chicka 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 cha cha. Oh, we're such a good show here. Oh yeah. Well, the crowd went crackers.
Woohoo!
Oh, everyone's wrapped. Awesome. For the Alpacas with Maracas. had a blast, even though they came last. How about that? 22nd. Oh, what an effort.
Good.
That's right. That's great.
That's
It's
a good
good.
number.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Then they shook to the max with the yaks playing sax.
Well, you can beat those guys, right?
Yeah, that's right. They came first. Oh, well, that was a lot of fun, Hiker.
Yes. Well, look, Mary, this was amazing.
It was.
I am absolutely convinced that everyone who listens to your books is sent directly into Alpaca land. And so I'm wondering, is it possible that you read a book to me, let's say once a day? We could do it in the morning, or we could do it maybe after lunch.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds really good. I'd love to do that, Hiker.
Okay, great. I'll bring a book and you read it to me.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
And then we'll put it on our STEM books page and let people know the STEM.
Okay.
Be fun. We could fit in the work as well.
Let's see what we can do there.
Yeah, okay.
Now, that's actually a really good segue, because I said to you earlier, I am not too sure where the STEM in this book is. So, I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to me, but I'm not too sure about that.
No, so you're not convinced, Hiker,
No,
because I think that's a really good question. And there are lots of bits and pieces in the book that relate to STEM, but here at Little Scientists, we like to say that STEM is everywhere. STEM is in our everyday life. It's all happening right here and now, whether, we've got the movement of our dear Baloo being an alpaca back and forth, and all the friction on the carpet, and all the work of people holding the cameras here, and it's all STEM, mathematical equations and all sorts of things make these things happen. But if we just go to this page here, let's have a look.
Okay.
So we've got a big jar of pickles there, right?
Yeah.
But the pickles actually look quite large, and I'm wondering why that is. And perhaps, a child might say, why are the pickles so big?
Because they're much bigger than this pickle, right?
That's right. And so maybe there's some sort of magnification going on there, and that could be something they could try out, seeing how things look bigger in a glass jar as compared to a jar that's like just a tin with nothing in it. Or, we could look at where this projectile cucumber's going. Or, a child might ask, do the mice eat pickles? And are they going to catch it on their tongues?
They don't look like they like pickles.
No. A child might ask what a alpaca eats. Yeah. So you actually can have a lot of fun while you're actually looking at these important STEM questions. Here we have all these different numbers. We have, I'm not sure exactly what this creature is, but we have one here, and it's quite large.
Maybe?
Yeah. We can look at, why do you think it eats ants, Hiker?
Yeah, I actually don't know. Can we find out?
Yeah, we can. But I think maybe the shape of its face is telling you a little clue there. And then, of course, we've got one anteater here, and then we've got 3 squirrels. And why are their tails all furry? And the butterflies, what symmetry do you see in the butterflies? And why are there more butterflies than there are anteaters? Is it something to do with, what do you think?
I really don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with the size. And of course...
the size of
yeah.
Yeah, right.
So more butterflies can fit here than they can fit here. And also... how many different sorts of butterflies here? I can see that there's at least 3 that are pink, for example. So you can start breaking down. So there's actually an enormous amount, even just on that page. And then...
That actually blows my mind.
I know. I sort of want to go and answer and inquire right away. But we could look at this one here. And here we have a sign. And you could maybe ask the children, what do you think that sign means? And we see a big angry fish there, and maybe what do you think that fish might do, and why is it telling you that? And we explore this a lot in our computer science workshop.
Yes.
So we have our professional development workshops that really encourage you to look at where STEM is in your everyday practice. And Yeah, so we've got the colour red there, and that might mean something if the sign is red. And what other signs have you seen outside? And maybe they could make a drawing. But of course, then we look at this dear old owl and how not smart he is. And you know, a child might ask, why is the water smooth here and it's got a big lot of bump in there? What's happened? And we've got all these things like surface tension in the water, and why are there drops on owl's fur there, and why is that, and what happens when we wash our hands? Where does the water go on our hands? And
so there are so many questions actually that children can ask, right?
Yeah,
but not only the children, but also the educator can ask the children question about the book.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And that way find out about their prior knowledge, for example.
Yeah.
And what they're interested in, what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
yeah.
hear more about, for example. That makes so much sense, Mary.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining.
My
that to
pleasure,
me.
my pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what would you say, Mary, what roles do books generally play in STEM inquiry?
Yeah.
What we do?
Yeah, well, it's almost like we were talking about there. They're like a platform or a springboard. So you might have children that are interested in animals and they have pet dogs, for example. And you could use this as an introduction to what pets you might have and open it up and explore some of the questions from reading it with them. They could respond by making drawings or asking questions. I think, you know, as an educator, you do know what your children are interested in, but maybe sometimes a book can just really start a new journey and look at things in a different way. Yeah. And you also, you know, you want to be intentional about this. So maybe you've seen something happening or children are asking something, so you think, well, there could be a way that I can weave this book into what we're looking at.
So it could be a really good starter.
Yeah.
But it can also be something that, you know, can increase children's interest in a particular topic if they've already been really interested in it or involved in it before.
Yeah. And I've seen that a lot with we have services that, you know, use books and do projects, and, you know, you've got all the language in there, you've got, you know, and I think language is a really important part of scientific inquiry, talking about it, asking questions, and you really have an opportunity, you know, when you verbalise the book or read it together, or the children get a chance to look at it by themselves.
Also a great way to introduce scientific vocabulary to the children, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you notice some of the words I was using there, but and as an educator you start to improve them as well, and we do that a lot in our workshops, talking about STEM words that you can sort of hang and onto your everyday practice.
Well, and how much we already know. That we basically know everything as an educator that we need to know to do STEM with.
Oh, definitely.
With preschoolers, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Mary. I'm still impressed with the way you read. Awesome.
Okay, thank
you.
you.
So entertaining.
Thank you.
Now, I think we've got a couple questions from services that just came in. So the first one that someone's really interested in was, oh, now it's gone. Okay. So it says we already have science on Fridays in our service. Is this enough? So every Friday.
Yeah. I think that's a really good initiative to have, you know, science on Fridays. But as we've already talked about, STEM is everywhere. And, you know, there's more to STEM than just science. There's technology, engineering and maths. And it's happening in everyday practice anyway. So you don't just have to limit it to that. And you don't have to be, as an educator, you don't have to have a lot of facts behind what you say, because that's not what the children are interested in. You want to support them in their enthusiasm and curiosity. So, yeah, go for it in everyday things that are happening, whether it's washing their hands or eating their lunch. It doesn't have to be.
There's STEM in almost everything the children are doing and wondering about, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So Friday is a good start, but don't limit it to Friday. Just take it as it comes, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Good question.
Next question we've got. Oh, that's a really good one too. So, how can you implement STEM if none of your staff has a science background? I think we did touch on this a bit, but it's still a very valuable question.
Look, I think it's all about enthusiasm. So, if you're out there asking that question, good on you. And you don't have to be a front of knowledge. It's just having the passion, the enthusiasm to really explore something. And look, I know nothing about maracas, and we didn't know what that animal was called, and it doesn't matter. But at least, you know, that kind of enthusiasm rubs off, and you could share with your educators what you're doing. And I think it's really valuable to collaborate and, you know, maybe ask a colleague, oh, do you want to come along to, I'm going to try this afternoon, do you want to bring your room along and try something out, and we'll read the book together? Or
if you don't know what a maraca is, just get one and try it out, right? See
yeah.
what it is, what it can do, and that then raises more questions, I can
That's
imagine.
right, yeah. And of course, you know, like the sounds, you know, so you know, we cover a lot about that in our acoustics workshop, for example. Yeah, so that's a good one.
Okay, do we have another question? Oh, someone is interested in Baloo at our service. Baloo, do you want to come over here, buddy? Come here, come here, come here. Come here.
Well,
I don't think he wants to come right now.
He has enjoyed watching, I think.
He's enjoyed watching, and I think he's also got a really busy schedule. He might have to go somewhere else. He, you know, he's a pretend alpaca, so there's a lot of work to do. But maybe at some point, you know, next month or so, maybe he can come. You know, maybe he's in the area and he come over.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Great.
Okay, I think that's it. We don't have any more questions at this stage. Everyone, it was great being live with you guys. Please, you know, keep commenting on this, keep asking us questions. We're happy to get back to you. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I hope we can do this again soon. And I see you at lunchtime with another book.
Okay, sounds great, Heike. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks
everyone.
for coming.
Woohoo!